I was so shocked when I came to America and people like there's like exclusive dating, there's casual dating, and I was so confused because in North Korea, guys, if you meet somebody and when the guy say I like you, usually guys pursue the relationship. Like women has to be conservative, and even if I like the guy, if they ask me out, I have to say no at least 3 times. It's so challenging in North Korea because we don't have a nightlife. We don't have like restaurants to go to and go on dates. We cannot go to movie theaters. The maximum romantic date that you can imagine North Korea to do is when it's getting dark, you go walk on the riverside together, and that is the scandalous kind of dating that you can think of. In North Korea, we don't even have a concept of romance in the country. There's no word for romance, and the public culture and the regime really shames the romance and the romantic feelings. They really want only people to focusing on their loyalty towards the regime. And then, so therefore, guys in North Korea, they don't know how to buy flowers. I mean, they're starving. How can you afford to go buy flowers and give it to a lady? Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yeonmi Park and I'm a North Korean de facto human rights activist. As Valentine's approaches, it really reminded me of dating scene in North Korea. That the insanity of it. So today in this video, guys, I am going to really help you to understand what people are going through in North Korea to date each other. They are same human beings like us. However, it is a complete different planet that you cannot even imagine right now. So please stay till the end of this video and really find out what other people go through to pursue love. So usually in this modern world, people started dating around like maybe middle school, high school, I guess, right? However, in North Korea, dating when you're a teenager is banned. It's illegal. You can get punished for dating people when people are teenagers. The problem is that once they're done being teenager, like 16, 17 years old, they are mandatory drafted to the military for 10 years for men and 5 years for women. So from the 16 to 17, they have to spend 5 to 10 years in the military. And during their military service, also dating is banned. So legally speaking, the only first time that people are allowed to date is for men is like usually 28 years old. For women is 23 years old. That's when people actually legally can date. However, even let's say they go through all this path, even though if somebody becoming like 28, I'm sure they're gonna meet a lot of people they're drawn to. However, they cannot pursue that. And by the time when they are allowed to actually date, the challenges are the different caste system. That's where the challenges are actually really heightened. So in North Korea, even though it's a socialist paradise, there are 51 different classes in the country. Within same Korean people, the regime divided people into that many different caste systems. The difficulty of this caste system is that it's not just like a different class, you take the first class and the other person take the business and economy. Almost North Korean regime treats these people in the different castes as if they are different human species. If they are top class, they're looking at the bottom class caste as if we are like bugs, like we are insects to them. They don't even consider us to be a human. And in North Korea, as a general, the regime does not even acknowledge that there is a human rights. So for elites, for them to looking at the different castes as a human beings, it's a unthinkable thing. Therefore, if the people come from different caste meets, the real challenge here is that there's no such a thing called marrying up in North Korea. Once my father became a prisoner, what North Korean regime says my blood was tainted. I was a criminal's daughter, my caste really went down. If I was dating somebody or meeting somebody who had a higher caste system, the regime prevents marriage by making the higher caste system to go down to the lower caste. They don't bring up the other person. So in North Korea's caste system, you can only go down, you cannot go up. And that is how regime prevents people to be mixed around. So because of this cruelty, usually we say, the mappies are mappies, and different birds we call like different species, different breeds, that only the same breeds can mate with each other. And therefore, though poor people meet each other poor, the criminals' daughters marry each other's criminals' daughters, and elites marry each other and continue their life stability they have. Let's say even if this path is all going through, people try to meet each other. It's not like here, guys, in America now. I've been single recently and then started exploring these dating options in America, right? You get, first thing my friends would recommend is like online dating. It's very convenient. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's pretty convenient. You swipe left or right and you get to have millions of different options, really. And what really blew my mind was that how I could meet anybody coming from anywhere. In North Korea, international marriages are banned. It's being punished. So people cannot even fathom dating somebody from different race and also different class. And not only that, in North Korea, guys, when it comes to communication, there's no internet. There's no freedom of movement. If you write a letter in North Korea, if we are lucky, it's gonna be delivered within a year. Literally. Even that is, the letter system is not working. There's no communication method between people in North Korea. So if the lovers fall in love and try to write to each other, there's no way they can write to each other. And nowadays, for the elites, they can have landlines, the phones. But the commoners, we cannot afford those phones, so we have to go to the post office and being in the line and then can make that phone call. So really communicating with each other, even writing letters were more convenient for the 18th century people than 21st century North Korea. Without this communication, dating is extremely hard. Therefore, in North Korea, because of that difficulty, usually people find each other in the same town and in the same group. And also, a lot of times the regime assigns marriage. So North Korean regime has a power to do everything. They tell people what to do, what to wear, what to listen to, what to watch, what kind of haircut people can have, and also people tell people who to marry. If people got lucky and got out of that, then if they choose their own partner, then usually in North Korea, there's no such a thing called between dating material and marriage material. I was so shocked when I came to America and people there's exclusive dating, there's casual dating, and I was so confused because in North Korea, guys, if you meet somebody and when the guy say I like you, usually guys pursue the relationship. Like women has to be conservative, and even if I like the guy, if they ask me out, I have to say no at least 3 times. That's the rule. We cannot say yes, I want to go out with you like that. And it's so challenging in North Korea because we don't have a nightlife. We don't have restaurants to go to and go on dates. We cannot go to movie theaters. The maximum romantic date that you can imagine North Korea to do is when it's getting dark, you go walk on the riverside together, and that is the scandalous kind of dating that you can think of. And because of this no life, and guys don't really usually ask, may I take you out dinner or may I take you out? And that's when I came to America. A lot of people ask me actually, can I take you out for dinner? And I literally thought that was just going out to eat dinner. I did not think that was an indication of taking out somebody for romantic interest. And in North Korea, we don't even have a concept of romance in the country. There's no word for romance. And the public culture and the regime really shames the romance and the romantic feelings. They really want only people to focusing on their loyalty towards the regime. And then, so therefore, guys in North Korea, they don't know how to buy flowers. I mean, they're starving. How can you afford to go buy flowers and give it to a lady? And usually it's a very, if the guy can find one little candy and give it to the girl, that is the most romantic thing. We don't expect men to, buy diamond rings and like that. It's when they're engaged, usually the parents decides, oh, they should be engaged and get married. Not much fun. However, a lot of people do make it into marriage because that's what the regime requires people to do. And if the people start getting married, once you are married, that is a thing. That first thing that as a married couple they have to do is going to the monuments of the Kim dictators and pay their respect and swear their loyalty towards the regime. So this is like the dating scene that I just like described to you, that I'm sure in America now I'm living in this country where it's definitely more complicated than North Korean dating. Because in North Korea, your options are so limited. You know where your caste system is, where you are, who you can marry, who you cannot. And here, in living in this freedom, it does seem sometimes overwhelming with the choices you get, because you can really date anybody. And because in North Korea, there's also no gay and no transgender. There's no, sexual non-binary people. Only men and women. And in here, there are so many spectrums of people in this dating culture. So in a way that sometimes I really appreciate that North Korean dating scene. That one thing that I really love about North Korea's dating scene is people are very serious. No culture like hooking up, very serious. And if the guy asks you out, they even already thought about marrying the girl already. Otherwise, they don't ask the woman out. And in America, it feels like a lot of the mental game that are we dating for fun? What are we doing? And because of that, I'm not very into American dating at the moment. But however, I'm sure we can learn things from both cultures. And I think the things that Americans can benefit from North Korea is the people's clarity on what they do. But however, there's no harm just having fun either. So I hope that this video was entertaining and educational and informing, and also really shows how love, the most essential part of being a human, that is feeling love and loving somebody, right? That thing got affected by this totalitarian regime, and why that we need to be free to fully express who we are as individuals. So love you guys. Please share this video and hit that like button. And join my Patreon. I wish you happy Valentine's Day, guys, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video.